Reacher isn't just another action series, it's become a breakout hit on Amazon Prime. With its first 2 seasons, it's already cemented itself as one of the platform's most gripping and talked about shows. The numbers speak for themselves, an impressive 8 out of 10 on IMDb and a jaw-dropping 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. Fans can't get enough of its no-nonsense storytelling, gritty fight scenes, and the unstoppable force that is Alan Ritchson as Jack Reacher. Now, all eyes are on Season 3, and it's shaping up to be even bigger. From heart-pounding action sequences to an intense new storyline, the hype is real. But what's really turning heads is the addition of Olivier Renaud, stepping in as the powerful and menacing Paulie. With new enemies, fresh challenges, and Reacher pushed to his limits, this season might just be the most explosive one yet. Guess what? They've just dropped a sneak peek of the big bad for Reacher Season 3. Even before Season 2 wrapped up, they were already gearing up for the next round of Alan Ritchson's Amazon show, based on Lee Child's books. Season 3 of Reacher is diving headfirst into one of Lee Child's most gripping novels, Persuader, and the fan base is buzzing. At the center of the excitement, a new villain who's already turning heads, Paulie. This isn't just any bad guy. He's rumored to be the first truly physical match for Reacher himself. That's right, bigger, meaner, and possibly even more dangerous. And now, the mystery is over. Amazon Prime just dropped a major reveal on the official Reacher Instagram. Olivier Renaud is officially stepping into Paulie's massive boots. In a cheeky behind-the-scenes photo, Renaud is seen posing in front of Reacher's iconic trailer, where he's boldly crossed out Jack Reacher's name and scribbled in his own. It's playful, but it also sends a message. Paulie is here to challenge the alpha, and he's not backing down. So why is Paulie such a game changer? One of the core traits that's defined Reacher from the very beginning is his physical dominance. With his towering frame, quiet confidence, and no crew needed attitude, he's always been the biggest and baddest guy in the room. Whether dealing with thugs, corrupt officials, or military-trained killers, Reacher has been untouchable. Until now. Enter Paulie, a villain who matches Reacher in size and brings his own brutal skill set. For the first time, Reacher might have to fight someone who doesn't just survive a punch, but hits back even harder. This sets up a thrilling dynamic fans haven't seen before. Expect tension, intense hand-to-hand combat, and a serious power shift. Season 3 won't be a simple adaptation of Persuader either. Showrunner Nick Santora and the writing team have shown they're not afraid to remix the source material to keep things unpredictable. Past seasons introduced bold changes, sharper twists, and deeper emotional stakes, all without losing the essence of what makes Reacher so addictive. This time, the stakes take Reacher to the foggy coast of Maine, where he goes undercover to investigate Zachary Beck, a suspicious businessman whose son is nearly abducted. That investigation leads him straight into the orbit of Beck's muscle, Paulie, played by the ever-intimidating Olivier Renaud. And lurking in the background? A mysterious figure portrayed by Anthony Michael Hall, adding even more mystery to the plot. With betrayal, brutal fights, and high-stakes tension, Season 3 is shaping up to be the most action-packed and emotionally charged chapter yet. And with Paulie in the mix, we're about to see Jack Reacher tested like never before. Unlike Child's books, which stuck mostly to Reacher, the show has brought back Maria Sten's Frances Neagley, who's making her third appearance this season. One spine-tingling quote from Lee Child's Persuader sets the tone for what's coming in Reacher Season 3, and it's clear the stakes are getting much higher. In the novel, Reacher sizes up his newest adversary with a rare sense of hesitation. This guy was at least 6 inches taller than me and probably 10 inches wider across the shoulders. Reacher, who's no small man himself at 6'5" and built like a tank, estimates Paulie outweighs him by more than 200 pounds. That kind of comparison doesn't just signal a challenge, It screams danger. Now imagine that on screen. In the series, the creative team is taking that physical imbalance and turning it up to 11. While Alan Ritchson's Reacher already dominates most of his enemies with brute strength and presence, Olivier Renaud's Paulie isn't just bigger, he's monstrous. Standing a towering 7'2", Renaud is nearly a full foot taller than Ritchson. That's not just a visual contrast, it's a psychological shift in the power dynamic we've come to expect. Reacher, for once, may not be the most intimidating guy in the room. And that's exactly what makes Season 3 so exciting. Despite Reacher's cool, never-back-down attitude, even he acknowledges Paulie's size as a serious threat. The moment he lays eyes on him in the book, you feel the shift. Paulie isn't just a thug, he's a wall of muscle with deadly intent. And now that presence is coming to life in the most cinematic way possible. The epic fight between Reacher and Paulie in Persuader spans nearly 5 full pages of bone-crushing, breath-stealing tension. And while the book features only a 6-inch height gap, the show's 1-foot difference adds a whole new layer of intensity. Think about it, this is like watching Dwayne Johnson face off against someone who towers over him the way he towers over Kevin Hart. Visually, it's going to be brutal, gritty, and unforgettable. This shift also addresses a key criticism from Season 2. While fans loved the action, many felt the antagonist didn't quite measure up to Reacher's physical or psychological strength. But Season 3? It's flipping that script. With Olivier Renaud's casting, the series isn't just raising the bar, it's tearing it down and building a new one. Paulie is the kind of villain that makes you question whether even Jack Reacher can win. And while the storyline stays rooted in Child's Persuader, the showrunners have made it clear they're not afraid to tweak the formula. Expect a blend of loyalty to the source material and bold, unpredictable turns that add tension, drama, and new dimensions to Reacher's character. The setting shifts to the cold, moody coast of Maine, and with Reacher going undercover into a world of crime, deception, and danger, Paulie's entrance couldn't come at a more pivotal moment. Season 3 is expected to drop on Prime Video in 2025, and if the early buzz is any indicator, it's already fixing what fans felt was missing last time. With a more formidable villain, deeper emotional stakes, and action scenes that promise to push Reacher to his breaking point, this season is locked, loaded, and ready to deliver the most explosive chapter yet. Let's be honest, while Reacher Season 2 delivered high-octane action and some slick storytelling, one thing fell flat: the villains just didn't bring the heat. Unlike Season 1's tight, small-town power struggle where every threat felt up close and personal, Season 2 went big with an international conspiracy involving black market weapons deals and global espionage. But despite the broader scope, something crucial was missing: real danger. The bad guys never truly felt like they could take Reacher down. Even when the stakes were supposed to be life or death, Reacher and his elite 110th Special Investigations Unit cut through their enemies like a knife through butter. Take the infamous biker gang fight. Reacher, O'Donnell, Dixon, and Neagley take on an entire group of armed, angry bikers and walk away with barely a scratch. It looked cool, sure, but where was the tension? Where was the moment where we thought, Reacher might not make it out of this? That edge-of-your-seat intensity just wasn't there. And then there's Langston and his team. They do manage to take down Russo and even injure Reacher and his squad in the finale, but it never feels like Reacher is truly cornered. No matter how bad things get, he still fights like a human wrecking ball, rarely showing vulnerability. The result? A season where the physical and emotional stakes just didn't land the way they should. Ferdinand Kingsley's portrayal of A.M., the mysterious, soft-spoken villain pulling strings from the shadows, had so much potential. The setup was there. He had the style, the mystery, the resources. But when the dust settled, M felt more like a chess player who never really made a move. His character fizzled out, overshadowed by the brute force of the 110th Thee, and ultimately felt powerless in the face of Reacher's unstoppable momentum. That's why Season 3 has so much riding on its villain, and it looks like the creators know it. Bringing in Olivier Renaud as Polly, a physically dominant and genuinely dangerous adversary, signals a return to form, villains who can stand toe-to-toe with Reacher and actually make him sweat. After all, what's a hero without a threat that truly tests him? If Season 2 showed us anything, it's that Reacher is strongest when the danger feels close, personal, and impossible to ignore. Season 3 has the chance to course correct, and with Polly in the picture, we might finally get the showdown that reminds us why Reacher is one of the most compelling action heroes in modern TV. With the introduction of Polly, a towering, muscle-bound powerhouse, Reacher Season 3 is finally giving our hero the kind of physical threat that fans have been craving. Polly's sheer size and presence instantly make him a more intimidating and dangerous opponent than Shane Langston ever was in Season 2. This isn't just another villain with a gun, this is a mountain of a man who can go toe-to-toe with Reacher in a brutal, no-holds-barred fight. And that changes everything. Season 3 isn't just about bigger battles, it's a chance for the show to course correct and fix the missteps from last season. In Persuader, the source material that inspires this season, Reacher finds himself deep undercover, cut off from his usual support system and operating in hostile territory. It's a throwback to the magic of Season 1, when Reacher arrived in Margrave with nothing but the clothes on his back and his instincts. No allies, no backup, just pure tactical skill, street smarts, and brute strength. That isolation is key to what made Season 1 so intense. Reacher had to think on his feet, decode who to trust, and survive using nothing but his mind and muscle. Season 3 taps back into that spirit. Sure, Reacher won't be entirely alone this time. He'll have some allies, but not everyone will be on his side. And in a world full of secrets, lies, and double crosses, choosing the wrong ally could be just as dangerous as facing Polly head-on. This return to a more stripped-down, raw version of Reacher gives the show a real opportunity to dive deeper into the character. We'll see him at his most vulnerable, most calculating, and most dangerous, all while navigating a high-stakes mission in unfamiliar territory. It's not just about brute force anymore, it's about survival, deception, and staying one step ahead of both enemies and so-called friends. With Polly closing in, Reacher won't just need his fists, he'll need to outthink, outmaneuver, and outlast one of the deadliest foes he's ever faced. And that sets the stage for a season filled with tension, explosive confrontations, and a hero forced to dig deeper than ever before. If Season 1 showed us Reacher's potential and Season 2 tested his team, then Season 3 is where everything gets personal and dangerous. Speaking of fixes, Season 3 has the perfect opportunity to right the wrongs of Season 2's lackluster villains. Shane Langston and M had all the makings of memorable antagonists, smart, dangerous, and calculated, but when it came down to it, they just couldn't match Reacher's raw power and intellect. They never truly felt like a legitimate threat, and that's where Season 3 is about to step up its game in a big way. Enter Polly, a monster of a man who's got Reacher's number from the start. This isn't just another villain. Polly is a physical force of nature that will push Reacher to his limits. This time, it won't be enough for Reacher to rely on his brawn alone. To survive this fight, he'll have to outsmart, outmaneuver, and outlast Polly in ways we haven't seen before. This shift to a more menacing and strategically challenging antagonist is what Season 3 has been building toward. With Polly in the picture, the stakes are through the roof. Reacher's signature brute strength won't guarantee a win this time. He's going to need every bit of his intelligence, instincts, and ruthless determination to overcome a foe who doesn't just rely on muscle, but on raw, terrifying presence. Polly is a villain who demands that Reacher step up in ways we haven't seen before. This won't be a fight won easily. But let's talk about what really makes this season so exciting: the action. Reacher Season 3 is primed to deliver the best, most intense fight sequences yet. Based on Persuader, the stakes are higher than ever as Jack Reacher gets pushed into a corner, forced to rely on more than just his fists to survive. In the book, Reacher delivers one of his most iconic lines: "I don't care about the little guy. I just hate the big guy. I hate big smug people who think they can get away with things." With Polly now towering over Reacher and more imposing than ever, that line takes on a whole new meaning. The bigger the villain, the deeper Reacher's disdain. And when these two finally face off, it's going to be a brutal, no-holds-barred clash where Reacher holds nothing back, no hesitation, no mercy. Season 3 isn't just upping the ante in terms of action, it's diving deep into Reacher's character, testing his limits, and forcing him to confront the type of villain who represents everything he despises. The battles won't just be physical, they'll be personal, emotional, and explosive. The series is on track to deliver some of the most compelling, pulse-pounding action sequences ever seen on Amazon Prime. And Polly is the perfect foe to make Reacher truly earn his victory. This is going to be the showdown fans have been waiting for, and Reacher won't stop until Polly's reign of terror is finished. Normally, Alan Ritchson's portrayal of Jack Reacher has made him the undisputed powerhouse, towering over anyone who dares to challenge him. He's the kind of guy who steps into a room and the entire atmosphere shifts, with enemies shrinking under his intimidating presence. But in Reacher Season 3, everything changes with the introduction of Polly. This isn't just another villain who's slightly bigger or more dangerous. Polly is a literal giant, a physical force of nature who makes Reacher look small in comparison. And that means one thing: Reacher is going to have to dig deep and bring his A game if he's going to survive this battle. It's no longer just about brute strength this time. Reacher will need both brains and brawn to defeat Polly and come out on top. The stark size difference between the two is impossible to ignore. We're talking about a 1-foot height gap and a sheer physical difference that forces Reacher into unfamiliar territory. This isn't a fight he can win with raw power alone. It's going to take strategy, quick thinking, and more than a little bit of Reacher's signature ruthlessness to outsmart and overpower this towering adversary. The physicality of this battle is going to be unlike anything we've seen before, with Polly's immense strength and size pushing Reacher to his absolute limits. As we look ahead to Reacher Season 3, the stakes have never been higher. While the previous seasons set a high bar for action, this season promises to exceed all expectations. With Polly's casting, it's almost a guarantee that we're in for some of the most intense, heart-pounding action sequences the series has ever delivered. This is the kind of villain who makes Reacher's usual methods of dominance look almost trivial. Polly isn't just an opponent, he's a challenge that forces Reacher to rethink everything he knows about combat, survival, and strategy. Will Season 3 live up to the incredible hype set by the earlier seasons? With Polly on the scene, the answer seems almost obvious. Reacher's usual formula of brute force is going to face its toughest test yet. And while we've seen Reacher take down some formidable foes in the past, this is the first time he's going up against someone who might actually match him, if not outright surpass him, in physical power. The upcoming battle between these two giants is shaping up to be a defining moment for Reacher, and it's safe to say we're in for some of the most electrifying action the series has ever seen. Here's hoping Season 3 really capitalizes on these great casting choices and delivers some epic action scenes. And that's a wrap for today, folks. What do you think about Olivier Richter's stepping into the role of Polly, the massive new villain? How do you think his towering presence is going to shake up Reacher's usual strategy in Season 3? I want to hear all your thoughts and theories. Drop them in the comments below. If you're as hyped as I am for this showdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and smash the notification bell so you never miss a moment of the action. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, keep enjoying your entertainment adventures. I'll catch you in the next one.